It's showtime! And quickly, this super late model feature is underway as Bedell and Janko are battling out down the back straightaway.
Bedell takes off with that race lead. Oh, Janko and Oaks make some contact entering turn 3. That allows Bedell to escape with that race lead. Opens it up to about 3 car lengths as they head back into 1 and 2.
Here comes Smith poking his nose into that little fight between Oaks and Janko as Smith and Oaks are door-to-door, wheel-to-wheel down the back straightaway for 3rd place.
Oaks to the bottom of the racetrack, dials up the low line, and then it's Smith who climbs the ladder, tries that high line momentum. Both of those cars close the gap in on the back bumper of Janko, and the yellow flag is going to come out in the air as there might be, there's a car spun around here in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Quite make out who that is yet, but the yellow flag is in the air with 2 laps complete as the field crawls through turns 3 and 4. Back to the restart cones. There it is. Green flag goes back in the air. Bedell launches off with the race lead. Side by side for second behind him. Janko and Oaks. Oaks slides wide. Janko tries to slide by, but Oaks continues to hang tight on his right elbow.
We saw Oaks running that outside line all heat race, which won that heat race for him. Trying to do the same thing in this feature, working on Jason Janko now as they are door-to-door as they enter into 1.
2 continue to stay side by side through turns 1 and 2 and onto the back straightaway, wheel to wheel. And it is a tight battle for that number 2 spot. Greg Oaks, the points leader here at Stateline Speedway in the super late models, trying to get around Janko, take away that number 2 spot, and trying to go after Bedell, but he can't do so, and Bedell is starting to dance away with the race lead.
Bedell, about a 4-car length lead between him and Janko. But here comes Daryl Bozzer trying to get into the mix too with Oaks and Janko.
Keeping his eyes peeled on the battle in front of him as now Oaks finally gives up on that high line, chucks back in line, follows in the tire tracks of Janko, who now opens up, Chris, to about a car length of separation in that number 2 spot.
Yes, he does, and Daryl Bozzer trying to work on Greg Oaks. We've seen these two battle it out all season long here at Stateline Speedway, so what's new tonight with these two?
Bedell long gone now as they head through 3 and 4 with the race lead. Janko, he has kind of gotten rid of the pressure from behind of Greg Oaks, who now falls under the gun of the 22 machine of Bozzer. They head through turns number 1 and 2. Janko trying to close the gap on Bedell. Can't do so. Stays within about 5 car lengths between the top 2 off turn 4.
Janko extending his lead away from Oaks, trying to reel in Bedell, but can't seem to be doing much as of now. Janko surely hoping for a caution here momentarily.
Bozzer continues to be all over the back bumper of Greg Oaks, who is now continuing to lose time and distance between him and Janko. Janko, he had a fast car in the early going, and Chris, once he got around Oaks, it looked like he was starting to chop into that lead of Bedell, but now that time between each other have stabilized just a bit.
Bedell has just thrown this 7 machine into cruise control as we are soon to have 10 laps down in this feature, 15 to go.
They head back through turns number 1 and 2 and onto the back straightaway. Bedell, he has gotten that race lead from the get-go, hasn't looked back. The top 4 starting to kind of separate themselves from the rest of the field, although Garrett Mott, he has slid inside the top 5, rides in that 5th position off turn 4.
It goes Bedell, Janko, Oaks, Bozzer, and Mott is your top 5 as of now, both evenly spaced in between each other.
Back onto the front straightaway, it is Bedell who leads, and Chris, ever so slightly, here comes Janko. He has closed the gap. He has chopped off a couple of the car lengths to that advantage that Bedell had over him. Remember, Janko put it in victory lane for the Rush late models earlier on in the night, and he's looking to make it 2 in a row, or 2 wins on the night here at Stateline.
Janko slowly but surely getting that cushion down even farther between him and Bedell as Stix Williams gives him the cross to go. Excuse me, the cross, as we are halfway down with this one. And Janko slowly but surely reeling in Bedell.
They head down the front straightaway again. Bedell, he is now going to have that pressure off of turn 2. Janko starting to breathe down his neck as they head down the back straightaway. starting to knock on the doorstep for the race lead. And oh, by the way, lap traffic going to play a role in the conclusion of this one. 15 laps complete.
Here comes Janko as Bedell will reach some lap traffic of the 15th of Tony Murado. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Janko and Bedell both take that bottom line.
Now up off of turn number 4, back down the front straightaway. Janko is there. What was about a 7-car length advantage a couple of laps ago has quickly shrunk down to about 2 or 3 as they hit the back straightaway.
And that is Kevin Smith pulling it into the infield, calling it a night possibly, as Janko is right on Bedell's tail as they come out of 4.
Off turn 4, Janko is right there, and here comes Greg Oakes as well. Oh, and now Bedell gets stuck behind the lap machine. Off turn 2, Janko all over his back bumper down the back straightaway.
Tony Murado is going to affect this one, whether he likes it or not. As Janko goes to the bottom, so does Bedell. They are door-to-door wheel outside of 4. It's still Kyle Bedell, but not by a lot.
Here they come back through turns 1 and 2. Bedell finally will get to the middle groove to get around Murado as they head down the back straightaway. But he does not get away from Janko. Janko drives it in really deep in turn 3, tries to climb the ladder and tries to get up alongside. Can't quite do so as they head down the front straightaway.
Janko is not even a front of a car length away from Kyle Bedell as they are both digging as we have 6 laps to go in this super late model feature.
They come back through turns 3 and 4, the top 3 right there in each other's tire tracks. Now back onto the front straightaway. 5 laps to go, and Chris Janko is literally all over the back bumper, shoving Bedell into turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway.
Janko's throwing everything but the kitchen sink there at Kyle Bedell as they will work into 3, now into 4. Janko so close to passing Kyle Bedell, but Bedell doing a good job holding him off.
Here they go back through 1 and 2 again. They'll flash into the corners. Janko trying desperately to find a lane to get a momentum to get position on Bedell. They head back through turns 3 and 4. Janko again goes about a groove higher. Bedell dials up the low line and he continues to lead. 3 laps to go.
3 to go for Kyle Bedell. Can he hold off Jason Janko for that long? We've seen a lot of last lap passes for the win tonight. Can Janko be one of them?
Here they come back onto the front straightaway. 2 laps to go, being shown this time by Janko trying everything in his power to get around the 7J of Kyle Bedell. Lap traffic might come into play again here as they will see the white flag this time around.
One more time around here for Kyle Bedell. Does Jason Janko have enough in the tank to possibly pass him or get even close to him?
Off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway for the final time. Kyle Bedell has 2 corners left to hold off Janko. Through 3 and 4, he is gonna do it. Double checkered flag in the air, and Kyle Bedell scores the victory.
And so it is Bedell, Janko, Oakes, Bozzard, and Mott rounding out your top 5. Ryan Scott in 6th.
And we'll talk to him when he does. A great battle there as he held off Janko all the way in the closing laps as he's getting ready to hop out of the car. Give it up for the driver of the 7J, Kyle Bedell. Very excited, obviously. Kyle, first of all, congratulations on the victory. But we got to know, man, we watched it in the booth, we watched it in the stands. How did you hold off Janko in those closing laps?
Yeah, I don't know. He's a pretty tough competitor here. I got to thank him for the victory, really, because I missed pill draw, and he drew the top 6 for us, and it was the first one he pulled, and it was number 1. So, honestly, starting up front tonight was important. These guys are tough. I mean, we've been pretty good the last month, and we've been trying things because we didn't feel we were fast enough to win. So tonight we went back to the drawing board and ran what we've been winning with, and it's turned out all right.
Well, first ever time winning here in the super late model class at Stateline Speedway, and you mentioned a lot of work goes into this car. Anybody that you want to thank?
Oh, absolutely. My dad, he's here every week with me, and without him I wouldn't be here. So this one goes out to him and my family for allowing me to do this, because there's a lot of hours to go in this, and it's just me and him. And I really couldn't thank John's Collision Incorporated enough. That's my family's business, and I'm here because of them.
Congratulations on the victory. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
One more time for Kyle Bedell, driver of the 7J Super Late Model.